Okay, and welcome back to another setup video on the channel today. Today we're going to be looking at the Porsche Cup driving around Zandvoort in the special event A New Generation. And we're going to be doing something a little bit different on this setup video. We're going to be doing two setups in one video, one for the PC and one for the PS4. We spent about 30 to 40 minutes tuning the PC version, then a very quick 10-minute session on the PS4 as we obviously just got the base. We kind of knew what we were doing, had to have a few changes. So we're going to do a lap comparison now. We're going to start off with the PS4 version on the sound now. You can see the slight differences in the sound quality. I think the PC version sounds much better, as you can see. We're going to switch over to the PC version now with the sound. And you can hear it sounds a little bit different. I'll stay quiet now so you guys can hear the differences now and have a little listen. Okay, so you can hear there, sounds a little bit better in my opinion. We're now going to go on to the PS4 version with the sound, and you can actually see a bit of a difference in the way the car drives. I personally think the PS4 version has a stronger front end than the PC version, but the PC version is slightly easier to drive. We actually had to cater our setups to adjust this. You can have a little listen to the PS4 now. So as you can hear there, we're back to the PC version now. You can actually hear it, it's got a little bit more of an echoey sound on the PC version. It actually creates more of a real sound, I think. I don't know if it's something within the settings or the sound. Obviously the sound ability of the PC is higher, I'm not too sure, but you can see that it sounds, I think the PC version sounds a little bit better. But in terms of the car setup, both drove pretty much, you can see the laps are pretty much identical for pace now. So, but they do feel different to drive. It's quite strange. The PS4 definitely feels a lot more strong positive on the front end, whereas the PC feels a little bit more secure when getting on the power. So you can run the traction control off a little bit easier with the PC version. But the lap times, we're running both sounds together now, and you can see over the line, both dead on 1 minute 40.1. PS4 version slightly wins, but that could be because we've obviously just been practicing on the PC and we've then gone on to the PS4. The lap time potential was definitely well within the 1:39s, I would say, if we actually spent any time, really going at it, but pretty equal, I'd say. So we're going to have a little look at the setup now. So as we're looking, see now with the PC version, we ran the tyre pressures pretty much as low as you physically can go with this car on this track. The ABS was on level 3. I think we ran pretty much a similar level on the PS4. It was either level 2 or 3. Aerodynamics, we ran 10 on the rear for the PC version, and cambers, we went very high on the rear on the PC version, but we went slightly higher on the PS4 version to give us a bit more grip on the rear when going through the corners and powering out. Toe angles, we went pretty much maximum on the rear, but not as high on the front as we did on the PS4 version. That was because the front on the PS4 had a lot more grip. It just felt like they had more reaction on the PS4. It's a bit strange. With regards to the anti-roll bars, very different now because the PC version has been patched where you can't go above 7 for the anti-roll bars. We had to go aggressive, but that's where we went with the PC version. It has to be slightly different with the PS4 version, and that could be somewhere why the cars feel different. I'm not 100% sure. It'd be worth testing out when the PS4 version gets patched to match the PC version with regards to that car. I'm surprised they didn't do it on when it actually came out. Maybe they didn't get it in time. So we have a little look now. You can see there we got the gold time very easily. It was by nearly a full second. Not a hard one to get a gold at all, really. It's quite an easy time. I think you should be able to get into the mid 39s with this. You can see now we ran the brake bias a lot higher than we did with the PC version. I'd go either 65 or 66. That's where I would put it at. Aerodynamics, we ran 411 on the aerodynamics on the PS4 version, and you can see we actually had the pressure slightly higher, and the camber angles were also very high on the rear. You can see there. You can also see obviously the toe angles where we went a lot higher on the front just to try and counter the where the front end on the PS4 was very strong, so we just tried to calm that down a little bit. The ride height was also lowered over the PC version just to try and give us a bit more stability to the ground. PC version felt like you could get the power down a lot easier and faster, whereas the PS4 version it felt like it had a little bit more front end grip, so it kind of counteracted each other, so the lap times were very similar. It's definitely something that I think I should do a little bit more of, doing two setups within one video. Can't be something I do all the time because it's a little bit more time consuming, but it's something we'll try and get out at least once a week or once every 2 weeks. Just try and get the setup out for both versions, comparing the laps and comparing the setups and the changes you need to make. You can see with the roll bars a massive difference really with regards to the setup, but that's mainly because this version hasn't been patched yet. It'd be interesting to see what happens when the PS4 version gets patched, to see if it feels a little bit more like the PC version. And obviously the PC version is running a slightly different tire model now, so that could be another reason with the slight differences. But it'll be just interesting to see if them differences play out exactly the same once it's been patched. Anyway guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you've liked what you've watched, and make sure you subscribe for more future videos. Thanks again for watching.